Alright, gonna play a little Dynasty League baseball. 1976 Yankees season. They are 9 and 10, 3.5 games behind Detroit, who is 12 and 6. Boston 10 and 8, 2 games back. Pretty tight AL East through 18 or 19 games. Baltimore's played 21 games, 10 and 11. And of course, hapless Cleveland at 7 and 14. Detroit a little bit of a surprise up top, but it's early. This is going to be game 2 of a 3-game series. At Oakland, Yankees dropped the first game. It was a good game, but they dropped it. They lost to Vita Blue. So they're going to try and even the series here in game 2. And they're also going to try and get back to 500. They've been back and forth from 500. They have not been able to put 3 or 4 wins together to get over 500. Got 53-degree weather, 17 mile an hour winds out, so that could be a factor on deep drives. These are as played, so day game following night game, so catchers who call more than 5 innings will be tired, but like I say, it's as played, so I'm going to go with whatever lineups they went with. I don't know if they gave Thurman a day off or not. It's going to be Doc Ellis for the Yankees, and we'll take a look at their lineup. And Thurman did catch and play. Rivers, White, Munson, Chambliss, Gamble, Piniella, Nettles, Randolph, and Mason against Glenn Abbott for Oakland. So here we go. Abbott was 2 and 4 in 62 innings in 76. 165 whip and a 5.49 ERA. So far he's thrown 7 innings. He's got a 5 ERA and a 1.29 whip. Mickey will lead it off, Mickey Rivers. He's batting .337. No homers, 4 runs batted in. He started out hot along with Roy White. Yankees have had a hot 1-2 punch to start the season. And here we go. We'll take a quick look at Abbott's card. He doesn't have any situations like jam or anything like that. So here we go. Let's play some Dynasty League baseball, and then we start off with a grounder to short. Off Mickey's card. Campaneris takes care of that. Over to Don Baylor on first base. And there's one out. Here's Roy White. White batting .390 still. He's got a .453 OBP. 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. And a line drive base hit to right there in front of Tovar, who will get the ball back in. And White is on. Now, Abbott is a B, which is pretty good holding runners on. He's a -2, which is pretty good stopping the steal. Haney is -1, so that's all good for the A's. And we're just going to let Thurman hit. Thurman is batting .284. He got off to a slow start, but he's been picking it up. He's got a homer and 14 ribbies, and he'll bat with White on first and 1 out. And there's a deep drive. See if the wind has any effect on this one. Spray hitter. He's going to hit a deep drive to left center. It's .375 out there. He gets a 70. That's only .352. Wind does help it, but it's going to come up short. .357 the distance, and North runs it down for the second out. Long fly ball out for Munson. White scampers back to first. He was hoping that would be a gapper at least. Here's Chambliss. Chambliss batting .207 off to a slow start. A homer and 12 ribbies. Let's see, what is White's chance here? 53%. Early in the game. Let's try and get into scoring position. Let's take a chance and see if we can get a lead. Probably getting a lead with a 27. It's going to be a little bit better than 50-50. Trying to get him in the scoring position with 2 outs here. And that's not going to do it in 87. So White is out on a caught stealing. And that'll end the first. Doc Ellis takes the mound. He doesn't have any situation qualities either. He was 17 and 8 in 76 with a 1.28 whip, 3.19 ERA. So far in the replay, he is 1 and 0 with a 4.43 and a 1.93 whip. He has walked 19 batters in 22 and a third innings. So we'll keep an eye on that. Billy North leads it off. He's got no homers, 6 ribbies, batting .255. He can run, so you don't want to walk him. And there's an infield range, our first infield range check of the day. 97. That's going to be drilled down the line towards Nettles. Nettles, of course, a great glove. Can he get this one? He does make a diving stop, and he gets north. So Nettles flashes the glove early here in Oakland, and it's 1 out to start this game. Ellis thankful that Nettles is at the hot corner, and that'll bring up Tovar, who is batting 167 so far early in the season. He only hit 200. He's actually batting 200. He only hit 167 during the actual season. He's hitting 200 here, and he strikes out. So that'll knock him under 200. And there are 2 outs. And here's Joe Rudy. Rudy batting 301 with 4 homers and 15 ribbies. He only hit 13 during the season, so he looks like he's way ahead of his pace. And that's just going to be a long fly ball to Mickey in center. And that's going to take care of the A's. We go to the second. Chambliss will be up again. He was up when White was thrown out, trying to steal. So Chambliss again batting 207 here, homer and 12 ribbies. And that is going to be a drive to right and off the wall. And that's going to be a double for Chambliss leading off here in the second inning. That'll bring up Oscar Gamble. Got a homer and 5 ribbies, batting only 196. He hit 17 in the 76 season. And he'll bat here with Chambliss on second and nobody out. And he's going to draw a walk. So the Yankees have something going here in the second off Abbott. First and second, nobody out for Sweet Lou Piniella. Piniella batting 239, no homers, 5 ribbies. He hit 281 in 76. Infielders are in at the corners, but Pinella's not bunting. And there's an outfield range check. And that's going to be a drive over the head of Rudy. He's going back on it. He's an A fielder, and he thinks he's going to get this. He makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Chambliss with a chance to tag, but he won't let it go. First and second, 1 out. Joe Rudy with a nice play in the left saves at least 1 run. Here's Nettles. He's batting 257 with a couple of homers, hit 32 bombs in 76. And Abbott's going to look to get him to hit it on the ground somewhere, but that is a base hit on a line drive to right field in front of Tovar. He's a 0 arm. Chambliss 59% with 1 out. I'm going to hold him up. Bases are loaded here. 1 out for Willie Randolph. Yankees with a chance here to get some runs. Randolph's batting 227 with no homers and 6 runs batted in. Bases loaded, 1 out. And there's a deep drive. Deep drive for Willie. Not a big power hitter. Only hit 1 home run. And he's going to hit it the other way to right. Let's see if it's going to be at least deep enough to get a sac fly out of it. Does not hit it very deep at all. 258. It's a question mark to tag, so let's see what's going to be. Mason's on deck, so anything at 50% or better, we're probably going to go. Oh, here we go. It's 59. Yeah, we're going to go 59% with Jim Mason on deck. We're going to go ahead and go. And there's going to be a play at the plate. 57. Error on the throw. Possible. And it's a wild throw. Haney can't stop it. Chambliss scores. And the runners move up. So Nettles and Gamble on second and third. Yanks get the run. Take a little bit of a chance. It pays off. Now Mason will bat. He's hitting 129. He was not a good hitter. So here's Abbott facing Mason, trying to get out of this, and he will. High fly center field. North takes care of that, but the Yanks get a run on the Randolph fly ball. And the throwing error by Tovar. So it's 1-0, bottom 2. Here's Don Baylor. And talk about being ahead of pace. Baylor has 7 already, hitting 304. He only hit 15 during the season, so he is way ahead of his home run pace. And that's just going to be a high, lazy fly ball to White and left, and there is 1 out. That'll bring up Sal Bando. Bando batting .235, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in on the season. He hit 27 homers in 76. And that's going to be a line drive base hit in front of Oscar Gamble. Bando's on. Bring up Ken McMullen. Hitting .250, homer, 4 runs batted in. Runner on first, 1 out. And we have a bizarre. So this could be anything from a routine play to a truly bizarre play. Let's see what this is. Way outside, Munson manages to stop it. Ellis looks like here's another injury check. Okay, looks like he's going to stay in the game, so we dodged that bullet. And I guess it was just a wide pitch. So McMullen will get another shot. And now he hits a high fly ball to right. Gamble will get to that for the second out. So the Yankees dodge a bullet there as Ellis almost injured on the play. And now Bert Campaneris will bat with 2 out. He is batting .351. No homers, 5 RBIs. He hit .256 during the season, so he's way above his average. And he just hits a ground ball to third. Nettles will take care of that one. It's easy for Nettles. And we will go to the third with the Yankees up 1-0. It'll be the top of the order. Rivers 0 for 1, grounded to short. First time up. We'll face Abbott here. And he's going to drill one opposite field, left center, and that's going to go in the gap. Rivers is going to stop at second here with nobody out. So Rivers on second, nobody out. He didn't want to make the first out at third base. Here's Roy White. Chance for the Yankees to add to their lead here. White swing it. And Roy White drills one. This one's down the line and right, and that's going to go into the corner. He's going to have a double. Rivers is going to score easily. Yanks lead it 2-0. So Abbott, who did not have a good year in 76, running into trouble against the Yankees. They have 2 runs on 5 hits here in the third. Munson will bat with White now on second. And this is a possible error. See who it's going to be on right field. Tovar. These are usually outs, but let's see. Oh, a 1. That is a unusual roll, though. So checking lighting conditions. Tovar makes the catch. Looks like he has the hold, so 1 out runner on second for Chambliss. And that is just a pop-up towards Baylor at first. And that's going to be the second run. Abbott doing a good job here after the back-to-back doubles. He still has to get through Oscar Gamble to get out of the inning. And he doesn't do it. There's a line drive, base hit center field. Question marks on the base running, but White is going to try and score against North here. So here comes White trying to score. They're going to get a throw. And safe standing up. So the Yankees take a 3-0 lead. They're trying to even this series after losing the opener. Here's Piniella with Gamble on it first. And 2 out. And that's a base hit to center field. Question mark on runner going first to third. Let's see what we have for a percentage. 83%. There's 2 out. Nettles is on deck. 83 is high, but with 2 out, we're going to hold him. First and second, 2 out. We want to make the last out at third base. We want to give Nettles a shot here. First and second, 2 out. See if Nettles can get a big hit. Yankees already lead it 3-0. And there's just a high fly ball to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Abbott gets out of further damage. But the Yankees take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the third. Ellis facing Phil Garner, 231 with 2 homers and 11 ribbies so far. He hit 260 with 8 homers in the actual season. And Ellis gets him on strikes for the first out. Out. That'll bring up Larry Haney, batting 108 with no homers, 4 ribbies. Hit 226 with no home runs in the 76 season. And there's just a high, lazy fly ball to Mickey in center. Rivers takes care of that. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third for Ellis. Back to the top, North 0 for 1, grounded to third. Nettles made a nice play in the first inning. And now North's on with a base hit. Single line drive to right in front of Gamble. Now they're down 3-0. North is usually a running threat there. Ellis is just a C+, slightly above average. He's +1 on steals. Munson's -1 will cancel that out, but North can run. Let's see what they do with Tovar up. And he is looking to get a lead. Gets the jump. And we are going to throw. We're going to throw through. 17% is not nothing. But 31's not going to be good enough to get him. So North is in at second. With 2 out now for Tovar. A's with a chance to get on the board. Ellis going to try and make a pitch. And he does. Gets on the ground to short. Mason will gobble that up. Throw it over to Chambliss. And we'll go to the fourth with the Yanks up 3-0. Willie Randolph, Jim Mason, Mickey Rivers due up here in the fourth. Randolph had that sac fly. Chambliss tried to score and was successful. There's a ground out to third, though. Bando will take care of that one out. The error on Tovar on that sac fly was just letting Nettles and Gamble move up, but Chambliss, he did get the sac fly for driving Chambliss in. Here's Mason. And there's a hard ground ball to second. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Garner takes care of that. 2 out. Nobody on for Mickey. He was 1 for 2. He doubled and scored his last time. And there's a ground ball base hit to center. So now with 2 out, the Yanks have a runner on. And we could get a little frisky on the bases with 2 outs, try and get into scoring position. And Mickey will test the waters on a steal here. 19's good for a jump, so let's see what happens. Yankees have had a runner thrown out already. And 15, that should be good. Mickey is in with a stolen base. 2 out now for White with Mickey in scoring position. But he pops it up towards Baylor, and that'll get Abbott out of the inning. Bottom 4, Yanks lead at 3-0. Rudy, Baylor, and Bando part of the order for the A's here. Of course, this is an Oakland A's team here in '76 without Reggie Jackson. Here's Joe Rudy. And there's a double off the wall in right field for Rudy, leading it off. So Ellis makes a mistake. Rudy jumps on it. And the A's have their leadoff runner in scoring position for Don Baylor. Only a 3-0 game, so the A's are not that far from getting back into this. It's a high fly ball to left. Runner's going to hold at second. And White makes that play, 1 out. Bring up Sal Bando, 1 for 1, singled his first time up. And here's a high fly ball to Mickey in center. So Rudy's going to be still at second base with 2 out. Paul Lindblad getting up in the Oakland bullpen. And McMullen will come up with 2 out, and Rudy's still at second base. And there's a walk. So Ellis walks McMullen. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Bert Campaneris. Only had 1 homer in '76, though, so not a big threat to hit 1 out. First and second, 2 out. Lindblad ready in the bullpen for Oakland. He might be coming in. And there's a soft ground ball towards Nettles at third, and he comes in and makes a nice play to get the speedy Campaneris. And that will get Ellis out of the inning. We go top of the 5th. Let's see if Abbott is still in there. Lindblad is ready if needed. Munson will lead it off. And he will line a base hit to center field. Maybe they should have went to Lindblad, as Munson is on now. A lead-off single. Abbott is tired, and now here comes Lindblad. He does have a situation. He has the on and off qualities, which have to do with giving up. He doesn't give up a lot of homers with men on base, which will be active here, and he also doesn't walk leadoff hitters. That will not be active since he's not facing a leadoff hitter. Chambliss will bat. The runner on first, nobody out. Lindblad, a left-hand pitcher, gets to face some lefties here. And there is a ground ball towards second. He'll only get the force on Munson. And that'll be the first out. I'm going to let Gamble hit with a 3-0 lead here in the 5th. Runner on first, 1 out for Gamble. And there's a hard ground ball towards second, and that will be a double play. 4-6-3 Garner to Campy, over to Baylor. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Yanks. 3-9-0 for the Yankees, 0-3-1 for Oakland. Ellis is going to face Garner. Ellis can still face 7 before we have to start worrying about him. And Garner's going to hit a grounder to Nettles at third. He'll throw it over to Chambliss, 1 out. We got the number 9 hitter in the order, Larry Haney, who is 0 for 1. He flied to Rivers his first time up. And there's a possible error. Roll a D10. 9 is right field, Oscar Gamble. He's a 70. Errors go up to 100. 70 is pretty good. And a short fly, and he makes the catch. 2 out. Billy North, 1 for 2 here. He has a stolen base as well. And he hits a deep drive. Deep drive. Now, North does not have a lot of power. Only hit 2 in 76. And 71 is going to go to left center field. So this is unlikely to be a home run. 279 is not going to be far enough. Even with the adjustments, it becomes 284. And Mickey makes the play. So, after that high fly out, we're going to go to the 6th inning. 3-0 Yankees. Piniella leads it off. Now, Lindblad's off quality is active because he rarely walks the leadoff hitter. And that is Piniella here. Gets the bat against the lefty. And we're going to get an infield range check. 66 is going to be a high chopper towards Bando at third. He's a B+ on the range. Easier play on grass. Bang, bang play. Let's see what happens at first. Safe. Piniella hustling down the line. No one ever accused Sweet Lou of not hustling. He's on first with nobody out for Greg Nettles. Lefty here. Bando, for some reason, is in at the corner. And there is a strikeout. Greg Nettles was not bunting there, even if it was left there. 1 out runner on first. That'll bring up Willie Randolph. Willie, actually, even with 1 out, would be more likely to bunt than Greg Nettles. And there's a ground ball base hit to center field. So Randolph singles. Piniella will... Interesting with 1 out. You know what? Let's gamble. 68%. Let's try and get into scoring position with 1 out. If nobody out, it would be a bad play, but 1 out, it's not. And it looks like he's going to get in there. So the Yankees get a runner to third with 1 out for Jim Mason. I think we're going to... Maybe we'll just go to Stanley here. I think we're just going to go to Chicken. He's the righty shortstop here for the Yankees against the lefty Lindblad. First and third, 1 out, and Chicken Stanley batting .031 on the season. He's been really slumping. He's got no homers, no ribbies, but he hit .238 during the actual season, so he's way below where he should be. And here's an infield range check with first and third and 1 out. They only had the third baseman in. 75 is going to be a deep in the hole at second. Garner's a B+, easier on grass. Diving stop. Throw to first. And it looks like they get the out at first, but in the ground ball in the hole is enough to get the run in. It's 4-0 Yanks. Randolph goes to second. They can only make the play at first. And with 2 out now and Randolph at second, it'll be Rivers. Yankees take a 4-0 lead now, so Chicken Stanley did the job. Almost got a base hit. And there's a strikeout. So Rivers goes down against the lefty Lindblad. The Yankees add to their lead. If you go to the bottom of the 6th, they now lead at 4-0 on 11 hits. And yeah, Chicken is going to play short. So we just got to do that. There we go. Stanley in at shortstop. Tovar will lead it off against Ellis. 0 for 2 is Tovar. And he struck him out. Ellis with a game here so far. 3-hitter here in the bottom of the 6th. is coming close to his endurance level. 3 batters left. That he will not be automatically tired, though. You still got to let a couple of guys get on. Here's Rudy. And now we got an umpire call. First one of the game. So let's see what they're going to check here. Stadium visibility, which is bad. And he struck him out. So Rudy having trouble seeing the ball here with the visibility in Oakland. And there are 2 out now for Baylor. And he's going to walk. So a 2-out walk. Remember, Ellis did have a lot of walks coming into this game. He's done a pretty good job here, but he does walk Baylor. Runner on first, 2 out for Bando. And interestingly, Baylor's getting a little frisky down 4-0. We're still going to try and get him 17%. 72. Stolen base plus a possible error on Munson. And he airmails it past Randolph. So Baylor will get the third. Not too much difference between being on second and third. 2 out. But here's Bando with a chance to get the A's on the board against Ellis. Line drive right at Chicken Stanley. And Fred Stanley is able to make the catch. Bando hit that one hard as Ellis is tiring, but Stanley is able to get it. Keeps the A's off the board. We go to the 7th. Lindblad's still out there. He can still face 8 batters. And one of those will be Roy White. We're going to have to consider getting our bullpen up. And there's a line drive base hit to center field for Roy White. Continues to hit. He's hitting over 400 early in the season. Now, Lindblad, unlike Abbott, is a +3 against the steal. He's a C+ hold. But I think we're going to get a little frisky with that +3 if we can get a lead. 91 is not going to be good enough for a lead, though. As a matter of fact, there's a chance at a pickoff. No pickoff, though. White gets back. So Thurman will bat. White on at first. Nobody out. Could have considered hit and run there. Here's an error. Chance. See who it's going to be on. Center field. North. He is a 60. A little bit on the low side for an outfielder, but they usually make these plays. And it's a short fly, and he does make that catch. 1 out. Bring up Chambliss, and I think we're going to try and get a lead again. And he's unable to do it. Poor lead on Lindblad. So Lindblad is good with the hold, C+, so that's coming into play. And here's Chambliss batting against Lindblad, and another possible error. Center fielder North again. 67. Short fly to center. Makes the catch. 2 out. Here's Gamble. Lindblad still out there. Jim Todd is in the bullpen, a righty for the A's. The Yankees are dealing with a pretty thin bullpen, bench. So I think I'm just going to let Gamble hit here with a 4-0 lead. And White on with 2 out. I could try for a lead again. Yeah, with Gamble up, might make sense. Let's see if he can get the lead this time. Yeah, I think he does with a 47. So he gets the jump this time. Haney's going to try and get him. 64 I don't think is going to be good enough, though. And White is in with stolen base. Runner on second with 2 out for Gamble. And another error check. So the A's defense being tested here. And it's Tovar and Wright, though, so they've been lucky. It's been outfield, although he's only a 20 in the outfield. Still, though, these outfield error checks are usually outs. He does make the catch. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th, 7th-inning stretch time. Yankees lead it 4-0. Going to start the inning with Ellis, but we will get some action up behind him. We'll get up with a 4-0 lead. We're going to get up Pagan, and we're going to get up Tippy, righty and a lefty. And we'll let Ellis face McMullen here. And he hit ground ball to third base. That'll takes care of it. 1 out. You need 2 batters for the relievers to be warm in this game. Unless you do it the inning before, then they come in warm to start the inning. So those relievers will be ready after Campaneris. And there's a ground ball, base hit to left field in front of Roy White. Campy is on with 1 out. Now we got Garner, the righty, then Haney, the righty. Haney, of course, could easily be pinch hit for. I'm going to give Ellis one more batter. Runner on first. He's not tired yet. 1 out. One more base runner, and I think he'll be tired. Here's Garner. Runner on first, and Campy's getting frisky. And a possible balk. No balk. No balk on Ellis. So now Garner will bat. Oh, he's going to still try and steal here. So it's 21%. Yep, Thurman's going to try and get him. 1 out of 5. 93. And he's caught stealing. So this time, down 4-0. Questionable call there to run Campaneris. 2 out, nobody on. And now Ellis with a chance to finish out this 7th inning. Questionable there to run Campy, down 4 runs. And then he strikes out Garner. And that is going to be the end of the 7th. So that might be the end of Ellis as well. We'll see. Top of the 8th. Piniella will lead it off. Lindblad's still out there. Yanks lead it 4-zip. High fly ball, right field. Tovar gets to that one. 1 out. Bring up Greg Nettles. Nettles is 1 for 3 in the game. And there's a strikeout. So Lindblad gets the lefty Nettles. 2 out. For Willie Randolph. Todd is still ready in the bullpen. 2 outs, though. Oops, I hit substitution. Got to get out of that. I meant to hit bullpen. Sorry. We are going to get our bullpen up again. I think we're going to get the same duo up in the 8th inning. And then I'll just see what I want to do. Willie will bat here with 2 out. And there's a hard ground ball to short. Campaneris will fire over to Baylor. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th. Yanks leading it 4-0. Ellis has pitched a 4-hitter so far through 7. Let's see. I'm going to let him face Haney, and let's see if they do put in a pinch hitter. And yes, here's Gene Tennis. Still righty-righty, so I'm still going to let Ellis face Tennis. Well, a 4-0 lead, and he struck him out. 1 out. Go to the top. We got a switch hitter in North, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 all righties. There's no lefties after North. I'm going to let Ellis, since nobody's on base, we're going to let Ellis. As soon as the guy gets on, I'm going to take Ellis out. Long fly ball to center, and Ellis gets 2 outs here in the 8th, giving the Yankee bullpen a rest. See if he can get Tovar and get out of the 8th inning. Up now, they're getting somebody up, and yes, Billy Williams will pinch it. Okay, lefty Billy Williams. 2 out, nobody on. I could bring in Tippy. Yeah, let's let him try and finish the 8th inning. And he walks him. So he walks Williams. Runner on first, 2 out. He is now tired. So we will go to the pen. The question is, do I want to go to Tippy or Pagan? Obviously, Tippy is a much better pitcher. Pagan is the righty. Good question. I am going to actually go to... I don't have to go to substitution. Tippy is going to come in for Ellis. I'm going to go to the... more likely setup man here. Tippy's going to face Rudy. Runner on first, 2 out. A little bit against the grain. Not bringing in the righty, but Tippy a much better pitcher than Dave Pagan. He's going to try and get Rudy. 2 out, runner on first. And there's a double down the line in left field for Rudy. Hammer down the line. Let's see what they do with Williams. He's going to try and score. 33%, and with 2 out, it doesn't make much difference if Rudy gets to third, so I'm going to try and get him. 97. Rundown. Williams is hung up in a rundown. And he's going to be out. Munson runs Williams down and applies the tag. So again, the A's aggressive on the bases, down 4-0. They could have just held them at third and looked for a big base hit to cut the lead in half, but instead they try and score Williams with 2 out. And the Yankees with White in left field throws him out. Munson with the tag. Bosman comes in here in the 9th. Stanley will bat. We will get Sparky up. And Stanley will bat. Ground ball to short. 1 out. Bosman, 0.62 whip and an 0.79 ERA, is pitching way above his head so far. In 11 innings for the A's. Rivers will hit against Bosman, the righty. And here's a high fly ball to center field, so 2 quick outs for the Yankees. And that'll bring up Roy White, who's 3 for 4. He had 4.07. Wow, what a start for White. There's a hard ground ball to second. Fielded by Garner, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning with the Yankees leading it 4-0. It'll be Baylor, Bando, and McMullen. Going to let Tippy start the inning, but Sparky is ready. And there's a line drive base hit, so Tippy Martinez has given up 2 hits and 2 batters, but because of the play at the plate, he is hasn't given up any runs or hasn't allowed any runs, but I think we're going to go to Sparky here. Let's just go to Sparky with a guy on and Bando up. Sparky Lyle will come in here. He has the on quality, doesn't give up a lot of home runs with men on base. That's the situation here. Bando will bat. And there's a ground ball base hit to left field. Let's see if they get frisky or hold bail. They should hold it. Let's see, and they do. First and second, nobody out for McMullen. The only lefty in the lineup right now is Billy Williams, but the Yankees have good left-handed relievers. And he strikes out McMullen for the first out. Big strikeout for Sparky, 1 out. And that'll bring up Bert Campaneris, 1 for 3. Infield range check. Interesting time for that. First and second, 1 out, 4-0 Yanks, bottom 9. We get an infield range check. It's a smash up the middle towards Chicken Stanley, who's a D. 57 gets through for a base hit. Base hit to center field. And that's going to score the first run for the A's. It's 4-1. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Phil Garner. Sparky's going to have to do his job here, dig down deep. First and third, 1 out. High fly ball, center field. Mickey Rivers is going to get to it. See if Bando gets frisky and tries to score. He is going to hold up. So first and third, 2 out now for Gene Tennis, who came in and pinch hit, now is in the game for Haney. Sparky, 2 out. Tennis is the tying run at the plate. He hit 22 homers and batted .249 in the 76th season. So far this year, though, he's hitting .067 with no homers. So here we go. Sparky to Tennis. First and third, 2 out. Yanks up by 3. And there's a line drive. Nettles flags it, and that's the ball game. Greg Nettles is able to snag that line drive off the bat of Gene Tennis, and Sparky Lyle does the job. And the Yankees hold on to win this game 4-1 and even up this series at 1 game apiece. They will play the rubber game, Game 3, tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching.